So I says, yo, haha, it's all in the words.
Hello, 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 hello. What's up? Hey, man. Alright, so I'm Padre, and if you're watching this, I really appreciate it. I thank you very much. I'm going to try my hardest to keep this video short. Not too short, at least 20-30 minutes, alright? So, like the title of my channel, it's called Growing with Padre. And I'm the type of person that I like to fuck around every now and then, you know what I'm saying? I'm not always serious, but there's days that I like to look up stuff, alright? It's like I might see something, that triggers me. Like if I go to the home page and, I shuffle through. Well, earlier today, I saw this subject and it's called athletes who predicted their own deaths. And the cool thing about YouTube is that there's so much information on it. I mean, there's a lot of information. There's a lot of people have a lot of common interests. And so if you plug that in to your search, as you can see, I watched this video right here. It was pretty cool. But then as you scroll down, you'll see other videos that are related to it. So on any given day, when I'm just going through trying to, soak up something, soak up some growth, I'm scrolling through and I'm looking at stuff. You know what I mean? But then I come across other things, and one of the topics that came up was about I seen a video with Crazy Bone and Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony, and he was doing an interview at a podcast, and he was reading off this letter that somebody had written about okay, when you watch the video, I'm just going to break it down a little bit. He and some other people, hip hop artists and unknown people, had gone to this meeting in an undisclosed place. He didn't know who owned the house or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? And they began talking about specifically how I believe in the 80s, how they were going to, when I say they, I'm talking about people who own and people who invest into private prisons, and how they used hip hop and the consumers of hip hop artists and the consumers of hip hop music. They used them as an instrument to fill the prisons, the private prisons. And as if you don't know anything about prison system, period, you gotta do some research and check out how much money goes into the people who own these prisons and the city state, and what their perks are for having a prison in their city or state or county, whatever. But if you plug this in to your search, you can scroll down and you can check out all these different videos that's on that related topic. So I got more interested, I got more and more curious I was just like, okay, um, I was going to ask the question or look into the statement that money ruins blah, 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 blah. I say blah, 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 blah because it's irrelevant about what I was going to search for. Because once you plug in those two words, money ruins, well, you got songs and you have documentaries and you have other related topics, period. So it's like one of the things that I hear over and over and over and over and over again is that when you have knowledge, you should pass it on. We as a people, we in this country, we are divided between these tax brackets. We're divided between the mentality, the thought, the idea that if you have money, you're going to try to keep that money and you don't want nobody else to get that money. Alright? And when you get in a position to where you have money and you don't want to give it up, you start to rub elbows with people who can make decisions to keep other people down. And so when you think about the two words of money ruining something, you can branch off of that and be like, money ruins this, money ruins that. You can put why, you can put whose money, the who, what, when, where, and whys of money and what it ruins, and have a field day with it. You know what I'm saying? You can just go through and really, really get so much more information. So then I was just like, I was going to ask a question of why something, something, blase, blah. I couldn't get too far because as soon as I plugged in why, let me show you what I got. You got all these different topics here. You got music, you have different documentaries and different other topics. You know what I'm saying? So, once again, YouTube is a great platform to get selected information or to get information from. This is just not an idiot box type platform. Your choice to ask a question and search for information is one of the things that you can have control over when you're on YouTube. Now, when I'm watching the news or ear hustling, meaning whenever the news is on and I'm doing something else and I hear a few things, I want to ask different questions. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what I'm saying, then I wanted to know about Republicans. Whenever they say the left and the right, I wanted to know what that was. All right, and so I went and I searched. Are Republicans right? And let me get back to that. Because I got a link for that. But when you look for information, sometimes it doesn't matter what search words you use, and sometimes it does. A lot of times, I just want to go crazy. No, not go crazy, literally, but I just want to see what all I can find. And just typing in the words, the things that you research, and you plug it into YouTube search engine, You get things like secrets to memorizing things quicker than others, to which that, you know what I'm saying, can lift you up a level in society. And when they say knowledge is power, it really is in a lot of ways. Hold on. Had to get some water. You know what I'm saying? So as you search for things, it doesn't matter what search engine you use. You can always scroll down the page, and when you get to the bottom of the page, you know your scroll bar is going to go up a little bit, meaning that there's more that you can research. It's like the pages are never ending because there's so much information and similar topics. So it's like how to triple your money by using this trick. And when you watch the video, you'll find out what type of trick it is. 10 things you should never do before exams. There's a lot of great information out there. And once again, you know, I'm the type of person that I think that we should share information. And I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people who thinks the same thing. Typing in this right here and then change the topic. Okay, the reason why I typed that in is because I get this paranoia that when you start looking for certain things, you never know which search words is going to trigger what type of bot that are in these platforms. You know, for instance, if you went to your search engine and you typed in, what is that, the Patriot Act, those words are going to trigger some bots that are related to the government, that are from the government. And when the government is triggered to a person looking at, you know, wanting to find out information about that, you know, you get certain type of flags. It's kind of like when you watch the news about these mass shootings and the person who's doing the shooting, the shooter, and when they go and look inside of the computer and look at the type of information that they have on their computer, or the type of information that they deleted and thought that nobody was going to, you know, see it again. You know what I'm saying? They see that they actually build a profile about a person. And so I get paranoid about that, and then that's when I was like, man, I need to change the subject. I need to do something else because, you know, I don't want to set off any red flags. But I was like, let me type this in. And when I typed in and then changed the topic, you got similar videos that's showing you how changing the topic can be a tool for conversation, a tool for your pathway through life, dealing with people and these conversations that you might find yourself being into. Speaking of how to change the topic of conversation, how to change topic in mid-conversation, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't know what I'm saying, I'm going to keep going. Here's a YouTube link that I saved. And I think it's on the same topic. And I think it might be this video where they use Kanye West and a few other actors or celebrities. Uh, I guess not. Yeah, I guess not. But yeah, I forgot what that link was supposed to go to. But I'm get that out of there. All right. I came across these videos that was interesting to me because you got people who are lawmakers, people who, not lawmakers, but people who are supposed to make decisions about who can do this and who can do that, who's right, who's wrong, and they are doing more wrong than the people that they're judging. You know how they say, you can't throw stones at a glass house, or don't throw stones when you have a glass house, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's basic. Here's this: when you point your finger at somebody, you got three fingers pointing back. And when I sit back and I look at court cam and the whole topic of judges behaving badly, well, I can only imagine what they're doing and what they're saying because they're in a position of authority. You know what I'm saying? They have somebody else's livelihood in their hands. And no matter what the evidence is, it don't even matter, you know what I'm saying, of what the truth is and what the facts are, period. That judge is going to be on some fuckery. And you don't know when you're going to come across a just judge or when you're going to come across a fucked up judge. You just don't know. But one of the craziest things to me is how people are still out here doing wrong when there's so many reasons and so many examples of how that does not help society. You know what I'm saying? It's in the movies, it's in the music. You know what I'm saying? When you do wrong, people talk about karma. You know what I'm saying? When you do wrong to somebody else, it might just come back on you. And then you got lucky people out there where they do wrong and the universe just decides that decides that they're going to be the tool to balance out life and somebody else's circumstance. And it's crazy. Key and Peele does this one skit, and he's talking about how he did this and how he did that, and I'm trying to remember the word that he uses. He uses a word like consequences or something like that. Yeah, consequences. Consequences. Now, I would play it for you, but for copyright reasons, I'm not going to do that. But you should check it out. One part is comedy, it's a skit, true enough. But if you look at it and you really think about how consequences really work, you'll see how fucked up the universe can be. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I say. Hold on. I'm gonna post a video either tonight or tomorrow, but I'm just gonna say soon after I post this video. And I was right in the middle of a conversation with with somebody I've been knowing for the last 10 or so years from a platform called Second Life. And we were just having some conversation about some things that don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? How people are and things like that. And it carries over into, or it carries over. Let me put it like this: wherever a person goes, that person can't run from themselves. So whatever is inside of their being, they're going to take that wherever they go. People could fake the funk all they want, but their humanity, their spirit is going to, oh man, here's another one of these links that that I was hoping that I could plug in and play something as an example for something else. But okay, hold on one second. Let me get through this video, this commercial. Okay. Now I was just talking about how what is it talking about changing the topic in conversations, right? And in this video right here, how to skip small talk if you're usually quiet. These are tips that could help out a lot of people. They use the description introverted, meaning you keep your info, you just your whole reflection, your appearance. Hold on. Okay, what I'm trying to say is an introvert, a shy person. All right, a recluse, a lone wolf, a hermit, a solitary person, the outsider. They try to say that introverted people are basically shy people. All right, so when they are questioned, they have different techniques of how that shy person or that person who don't really want to say too much can get through a conversation. So like I say, there's all kind of different building blocks and different skills that a person can use, or that they can have. I want to see if I can get that link back. I'm using Windows 11, and they've made some changes. It's like if you wanted a page that you can write on, they used to call it rich text, a rich texture, but now it's called something else. So let me see if I can find that video that I was looking for. Okay, this video right here is what got me interested in what, in the question of what is a leftist and what is a rightist. You know what I'm saying? Are Republicans on the right, or are Democrats on the left? Okay? And when I watched this video right here, is I believe she's the Speaker of the House, and she's doing a press, we call it press release, something like that, where the press is asking her questions about what Joe Biden was doing, or what was done with the White House, through the White House, and the way that she was answering these questions was like she was stammering over her words. You know what I'm saying? And it sounded like a bunch of gibberish. And it's like, for real? And she has this position? She has that job? No matter if she's a Republican or Democrat or whatever. It's just the point that we have people who are determining what our livelihood should be. You know what I'm saying? These are people that are supposed to be fixing the infrastructure, but they don't sound like they have college education. They sound sneaky. They sound, they sound like they're trying to hide something. They sound like they're trying to distract you by using other big words. You know what I'm saying? And if you watch this video, I don't know what you're going to have to do, but if you go to liberal hive mind, or if you type in this video name with liberal hive mind behind it, you'll come across this video and you'll see what I'm talking about. Alright, let's move on. It goes into the question of it starts off with a question like, who are the people that? And when you type in who are the, and here it goes. This is the reason why this is part of the reason why I was looking up the leftists and the rightists, so I can get a better understanding. They had a TV show, the left wing or the right wing, or something like that. I'm listening to the news and they're talking politics. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about the left and the right, things like that, liberals and conservatives, stuff like that. It's like, I kind of know what's going on, and I basically don't give a fuck, but yet it's good to know. But when you type in just those three simple words, who are the, man, you come across all these other topics that are so similar. I'm not going to say similar, but they're interesting. Who are the Valar? You know what I'm saying? White Walkers, Moors, Try Guys, people in your name. Oh, that's a song. The Island Boys. Island Boy. I'm Island Boy. Who are the elite in the world, in this world. You know what I'm saying? The Taliban. Just whatever. And when you search for that, not only are you going to see those titles, but you get into all these other different topics. It's like, look at this one right here. I don't know what is happening to my little daughter. This video will make you cry. And when you look at the thumbnail, you're like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? It's something so unnatural. And then it just makes you want to, it makes me want to look into the video, and then it makes me want to find out if there was somebody's personal agenda to poison, you know what I'm saying, the surroundings of where that child come from. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And you have all these other topics that deals with politics and all other kind of stuff. So it's like, on any given day, a person can take 5 minutes, and a person can start off with just one question. And that one question can lead into hours of researching different things. You might start off with just one topic, and you'll end up taking notes on so many other things. I'm almost done. I remember somebody was talking about, looking up your name, Googling yourself, and seeing what all the internet has collected on you. And there's other websites where a person can get more and more information on themselves other than just what your search engine will give you. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of which website I read about, because I see the dangers of websites like that, because there's a lot of people who are just nosy, and I'm just going to leave it at that, because you come up with your own thoughts on what I'm saying. I don't want to put any extra thoughts in your mind on that topic. It's just that the website that I read, that a person can use to get information about themselves, you know what I'm saying, and how you can investigate other people and things like that. I was just like, that's just very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? In the wrong hands, it's just a very dangerous thing. And in the description of that website, they kept using the word creepy. You know what I'm saying? And that's enough for me to leave the shit alone. But it's also enough for me to warn other people about it. Yes, knowledge is power. But we don't need to know other people's shit. It's one of those things of, if you really want to know something about somebody, have the decency to go to them and ask them, so that way they can tell you what they want you to know about them. Because when you feel like you have information on somebody, just like, those judges who got caught doing something wrong, here it is, they got information on people, and they get this power, you know what I'm saying, and it's crazy, because in this conversation that I had on Second Life, we were talking about the same thing. One person having knowledge over other people. The story goes like this. This person that I was talking to, she had a situation in her past. Hold on. She had a situation in her past to where there were some people that were supposed to be close to her, and her peers that happened to be talking shit, try to bully, and she hit them with some very low blows, and the low blows were factual low blows about their personal life, shit that she knew that they didn't think that she knew. So, you know what I'm saying? It's so many different ways that a person can use knowledge about somebody else. Some people use it in a bad way, some people use it in a good way. So, it's just when I was thinking about the whole thing of, I wonder what would happen. I wonder what I'll find if I Google my name. And then I didn't even do it. I was just like, you know what? I don't even want to put it in a search engine because you just never know who's lurking on people's, computers. You know what I'm saying? But my family's home and I'm about to stop running my mouth. I just want to say that YouTube is a great place for getting entertainment, but it's also a great place for a person to research and get information that can help them in so many different ways. But here's my disclaimer. I'm not the smartest person and I'm not the dumbest person. I've done my research on some things and there's a lot of shit out there that I could still do research on. What I need you to do is question everything that I say and do your own research on the different topics that I'm talking about and form your own opinion about the things that I'm talking about. But most importantly, share it with other people because you never know when somebody else is thinking the same thing but they don't have anybody to talk to. And it's fucked up to feel like you're all alone when you have so many people around you, but they're looking at you like you're the weirdo. You know what I'm saying? But I want you to have a good day. I want you to have a good night. I want you to have a good morning. Take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Peace.